Good morning, everybody. Today is July 7th, and 2026, and still up here at the knoll. Wayne came in yesterday, and just for a day trip, do a night sit. Robbie came over last night for the night sit, and I'm still trying to figure out how to tell this one, or explain this one, or whatever. One of the most profound nights out here, hands down. There's a whole lot of things got kind of tied together. Best way I can explain it. So we'll just get into it. When I got up here 2 days ago and was over talking to Rob said that he'd got the mind speak that he needs to come sit out with me over here. And so the first night he didn't. Wayne was here yesterday, like I said. He came up for a night sit and hang out for the day, and so we ended up over here doing a night sit, and being we're new to this exact spot, still trying to figure out where we wanted to sit and maybe have the best chance of activity, and we ended up on our feet almost the whole night. I mean, there was so much activity. There's some twinkle lights, static discharge, distortions, and at one point we're standing over here, and so you get these black wisps that went like this, that were just all over this area over here, and fairly close in front of us and back behind there, and I've never seen that before, and it was just unusual. All three of us were seeing it, seeing individuals move around. So like these aspen trees that are right here, I was standing about here and I watched an individual go from about right here through those aspen trees. Another point, actually, let me back up. Earlier in the night, I was between my tent and my canopy, and Rob hadn't got here yet, so the sun was setting, but the view I had, about right here. And so dead center of the screen, the center of this track, there's a white aspen tree. And probably 40 yards behind that, I watched a rather tall, slender individual run by left to right. It was absolutely rock solid. There was no did I see that, or had some pretty good zaps last night. At one point I had asked who was here, and I got a response I haven't heard in a long time, and it's Indy's grandson, Rickett. But when he's around, it's always Rickety Rick. And I hadn't heard that in a long time, and so that was pretty cool. And then Yeadingen was here. That was Indy's mate. And, at one point we asked how many were here, and I didn't get anything. And then a little later we asked it again and got 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. And I thought they were just kind of, there's 7 of us and just reiterating it. Rob got many. And if I had to guess, I haven't had that many individuals around since the notification of Indy passing. And that was several years ago. And and that happened over at Crazy Town. And, there was 4 of us witness to all that. I can't even begin to tell you how many were here. It was just absolutely an incredible night. I know I'm going to leave some stuff out because there's just so much. But we were talking about past experiences, the 3 of us, and we're standing here and, just kind of looking around and enjoying everything that's going on. And we started talking about an incident that had happened with Rob and I over at Crazy Town a long time ago, and it had to do with some visuals up in the sky, and we have no idea what it was. And we were having some spiritually charged conversations, and at one point, I got honor God. So I enjoyed that, but here comes the icing on the cake. After Rob and I were talking about that experience with whatever it was we'd seen up in the sky going on, Wayne had looked up about the same time I did. I think we both saw the same shooting star. Something caught my attention. I looked up, and so I'm looking straight up like this, and I'm like, oh my God, it's a comet. No, that ain't a comet. What is that? And Wayne's like, holy cow. All 3 of us were watching this thing, and, we caught it about right here, and somewhere right about here, I had the wherewithal to take out my camera and do a night photo of it, which I got a picture of, and it is on the page under posts. You can find the picture. It's also on the Arizona 4 Facebook page. I posted the picture, kind of explained it real briefly. What you'll see in the picture is just a little streak in the dead center of the screen. And zoom in on it, and you will see a massive, cylindrical, long something. This thing was, we all 3 agree it was outside of the atmosphere. We all 3 agree that it was traveling at least as fast as satellites, but probably much faster because of the size and how far away it possibly could have been. I mean, there's a lot of speculation, but it was definitely outside of the atmosphere, and it was definitely traveling fast. And we watched it all the way down to the horizon. When it was coming up on, there's a star going to be behind it, it blocked out the star. Absolutely no sound, not like it was a plane flying by. It traveled north to south, so the direction I'm facing right now is south. Directly behind me, of course, is north. And that's the path it was traveling, north to south. It absolutely was not Starlink. I've seen the Starlink trails probably about 9 times, close together, far apart, in various different aspects of it. It was not Starlink. It was huge. It was massive. We kind of speculated, how big this thing could have been, so if it was right outside the atmosphere, it was probably 50 to 100 miles long. We have no idea. It was huge. So it's just how everything played out last night. Just absolutely mind-boggling. It's going to take me a long time to process this one, but I want to get this video made while it's still real fresh. I'll get Rob on video to tell his side of it, and I'll get Wayne on video for him to tell his side of it. It's just, I've had 3 events in my life that were that powerful. One was a triangle craft over Lynx Lake in Prescott in like 1973 when I 75 somewhere in there. I was no older than maybe 6-7 years old when that had happened, and planetary body that my wife and I saw in the night or in the sky as the sun was setting. And then this, no way to explain it, no explanations. It just, wow. Um, with that being said, I'm going to sign off. I still got to get a lot of my thoughts together. We'll be talking about this one for a little bit. But as always, I love each and every one of you. We thank you for taking the time to listen and pay attention to us. Please be good to yourselves. Be good to those around you. Pay close attention to your surroundings. And please, please, please stay safe. Peace out.